Hey, my people, it's Monday. So, you know what that means. It's McKinnen Mondays. Today, we're going to be doing chapter 4. Remember, again, to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. The comments are going to be up, so you'll be able to leave a comment pretty soon. You know, about that time. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope everything went well for you. If not, you got the next one coming up. So, let's jump right into it. Let's get into chapter 4. Also, want to give you guys an update. My second published book, my ECN theory book, will be available soon. I would say in the next couple months. Look at early fall. More self-reflective type of book for you guys to take a look at. And if you want to catch any of the McKinnen Mondays, they are also there. McKinnen Mondays, Melvin Johnson, or McKinnen Mondays, Dr. Melvin Johnson. Either one is fine. That's how you can search it up and find it. I look forward to hearing you guys' comments because it's a good discussionary piece. And if you know any high school English teachers who need a book for their students, I think this is the perfect one. It has current topics and it talks about different things that even at their age that they're going through and that they can discuss openly in the classroom. So have any high school English teachers talk to me or contact me and let me know. We can kind of talk about it. I can send them a book, complimentary book for free, and they can kind of read it and see what they think, and we can kind of discuss it from there. All right, here we go. Chapter 4. Since it's Jim Crow Day, we attended history and to begin to talk about the great Jim Crow and how he had made changes to improve his country by segregating people for their own good. I don't exactly agree with that, and I find it interesting that Miss Hoover doesn't give us much detail. I felt the urge to raise my hand, but noticed Kevin's glaring eyes looking right through me. So I changed my mind for the sake of sparing myself a beating. At this point, Molly's in high school. Kevin has done things to her, and he noticed that she was looking at him. He maybe thought that she was going to share her secret that he mentioned to her in elementary school. She decided to backpedal for that moment to spare herself. At this point in the chapter, Molly's getting very curious about what's going on. She's starting to find out things and she's starting to discover things, and it's really enlightening her, and she's opening her eyes to different things and what's going on. So today we're going to talk about the social construct for teenagers. When students become teenagers, things get really tough. They are looking for, their circles, their people, if you want to call it that, what they have in common, their cohorts of interest, I'll call it that. Teenagers looking for their cohorts of interest, right? What do we have in common? What do we like together? Do we make each other laugh? Type of places we like to hang out, sports teams, what have you. The cliques start to form based on those social constructs, the athletes, the nerds, the quote unquote whatevers. But I think these new generation of kids are blending all of those things. And I think it's beautiful. But you still have some who are discriminatory and, the term hurt people, and those things are still happening. But now it's more in a secretive manner because it's on social media and it's hard to identify who it is. And sometimes it is easy to identify, but it's passive aggressive and it's cowardly in my mind. And then also just different trends, trends are being set. People are deciding what they think is cool, what's not cool. One way for me that I felt was great that was established by my parents, and I tell all students of mine, is that if you don't feel comfortable with something, then you shouldn't do it. I think it's happening amongst the pro athletes as well with with mental health and prioritizing that and saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable interviewing with you guys, so I'm just not going to do it. I think it's important. I think it's an example. Osaka's doing that. I think that was Wimbledon, if I'm not mistaken, where she did that. And I think it's a good example as a role model of someone to say, hey, I don't feel comfortable. I'm letting you guys, I don't feel comfortable. I'm letting you guys know I don't feel comfortable. And it's not what I want to do. So I'm not going to do it. I had multiple incidents that way. I'll tell a quick story. When I was in junior high, it was after school. My mom told me to stay. I didn't stay. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. It was frustrations from childhood and not being able to see my dad, yada yada yada, because my parents were split. But one thing that I learned from my parents is that if I don't feel comfortable doing something, I'm not going to do it. So I was walking with these guys, and I guess one of the guys, older brother, came, and we were walking, and he had a pistol on him. So we're walking down the street. He's letting everybody hold it and put it in their pocket. I'm still walking with him, and they decide to hand it to me. I'm like, I'm not touching that. Due to my knowledge and what I've known and what I was taught from my father is that, fingerprints can get on anything. And if something happens with this type of handgun, you can be tied to it. So for me, I said, no, I don't want to do it. So, they call me everything under the sun, what guys will call, a coward, sissy, whatever they wanted to call me. I said, you can call me whatever you want. I'm still not holding that gun. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And what ended up happening is we went to the store. We came back, and then what they wanted to do is they started shooting the gun on a main street, on the corner. And at that point, I decided to go across the street, and it's time for me to head back to the school. So different pressures are going to happen. You're going to go through different pressures for what's cool and what's not cool. And it's important for you to have enough confidence to understand how you feel and what makes you comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, express that. And if your friends don't support you in your discomfort, then guess what? They're not your friends. Probably not somebody you want to be with. Probably not somebody in your circle. So I think it's important that as you grow older, you establish that. And even in adulthood, people pressure other people to drink all the time. And there are times where I do drink because I want to. And there are times where I don't really want to drink that much, or I don't want to drink today. I'm done. I'm cool. And they say what they want to say, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, they understand that if I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to do it. And I think that comes from a sense of confidence in who you are, right? And we're still learning who we are as we grow older, but when you have enough confidence to express what you feel, I feel it's very, very important. And that's something that I want to establish in my career as well as an academic consultant and a teacher, is that whatever you're feeling, you need to express it. It's very, very important to express what you feel so that people can understand what you're going through at that moment. So that being said, I think confidence suppresses that pressure. Confidence suppresses that pressure the peer pressure to do something. If you have confidence in yourself, you don't care what someone is going to say based on your decision, because you yourself had confidence in the decision that you made. And I think Molly is kind of going through that. She doesn't have enough confidence. I think she did have enough confidence, and you'll find out later in the story and in the chapter. She just was picking her battles at that point. She felt like, I don't want to go through him dealing with Kevin putting that added pressure on me, so I'm just going to decide to bail out of this one. So let's talk about the history. In this chapter, they celebrate Jim Crow, right? Because Jim Crow was president. He made these great laws, and they worked for everybody in that particular colony. And Molly's finding out, okay, people are here and they're separate, but they don't want to give detail. I think in reality, that's the same thing, right? The more I learn about history, the more that I find out that there's a lot of details that are left out of history. And the more you dig and the more you start to read, you start to find out, oh, this is why they did it this way. Oh, this is why they did that. And I encourage anybody who really wants to know true history to explore. When you travel to different countries, go to the museums. They tell you the truth. It's right there in front of you. It's important to find out where you came from and find out where things are coming from. And it'll also open up your mind and allow you to express your views and allow you to see more based on the box that you're currently living in. It's good to expand your box, and it's good to live outside of your box. I have a saying, I don't like boxes, and it's not because of boxes itself. I just don't like living in a box. I like to explore new things and see new things and challenge myself to grow, which is kind of the theme of my new book, ECN Theory, which is coming out in a couple months. So that's going to wrap up our chapter 4. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, remember to like, subscribe, comment, all of those good things. McKinnen Mondays, Dr. Melvin Johnson, and that'll do it.